Hold and lean on the nuggets of words. Feel the rest of that drink in the punch. Lip Chris on some my head stunt. White rich, I just did it because 600 the labor, you know how we coming. To them, they ain't taking nothing. Standing on business, we shooting a punch. Hey man, go get you some money. I just got off a tour, finna go on another one. Album done, finna drop me another one. Couple ends, finna run up another one. Super Bowl reached, I had to go do it. They say I'm the biggest, the largest. Been stepping up, this is my mama staying in them apartments. Regardless, my daddy told me keep the heat even when I'm in foreigns. I'm heartless, cause these niggas is hating on me just because I'm the biggest, the largest, the biggest, the largest.
What up, what up, what up? Straight to the point, sports and entertainment. I need y'all to hit that like, sub to the channel if you're not a member, and hit the notifications to get all of my content and all of my videos. Salute to the whole entire Lions Den basketball and boxing community, and salute to all of the people that rock with me. All right, who you talking about? Me? You talking about me? Come on, man. Let's respect my channel first. Greet me first. You say good morning around this bitch, okay? All right. You know, salute. Say something. You know what I'm saying? We salute you on your channel, nigga. Okay. Don't say no real nigga in the building. I mean, the real nigga was already here before you came, nigga. You know what I'm saying? So don't get that shit twisted. Nah, I'm fucking with Cypress. What's up with it, man? Make sure y'all go sub to Cypress. Say go Bucks. I ain't talking about football yesterday. You should have pulled up yesterday, man. But salute, Carter. Don't be mad. I know. You don't want to talk about it. Oh, man. Lebron. It's his birthday today. He is turning 40. But I want to take this in another direction. You know, I like LeBron when he was green. Yeah, where's Ted? I don't know. He in hiding. Ted in hiding, man. Hey, look, I know that loss hurt with Green Bay. There you go. There you go. Yeah, Ted, you were ducking the smoke yesterday, my nigga. Yeah. Ted, bro, y'all only lost by 2, man. It ain't that bad. 7-11 cup. Cypress, don't say shit, man. I don't want to hear shit. If it was, hey, you didn't bounce back. Hey, you was punching the air yesterday. Ted was up in there smoking at least. Ted put about 8 in the air yesterday, man. Everybody was calling you out, Ted. Steven was calling you out. Cypress was calling you out. Cottage was calling you out. Hey, Ted, man. Now because, but Ted, you said that the Green Bay Packers, they could beat the Vikings, and I told you, man, the Vikings are on something different. And then on top of that, man, Justin Jefferson is on a whole nother level. Like I told you, he's worth his money. Well, yeah, y'all can beat the Bears. I mean, that's easy work. Listen, only teams y'all got to worry about are the Vikings and the Lions. I don't think it's gonna happen. But if y'all play the Commanders, what's up with it, Jagger TV? I see you in here. right, so listen, man. I used to like LeBron when he was green in the NBA, and I'm talking about green LeBron, yellow LeBron, and red LeBron. Okay, I'm gonna touch on that real quick, get that out of the way, because I know a lot of people really are, even though it's ready for LeBron to leave. You know what I'm saying? Let's just call it what it is. I mean, you have his stands out there, but for the most part, everybody's ready for LeBron to leave. But when LeBron was green, man, that's when I liked LeBron, man. He really was a team player. Okay, one of the things that I liked, besides his explosion and his athleticism, because his fundamentals was still shaky. He didn't have no go-to move and wasn't really clutch, and that's going all the way back to high school. But it was his court vision, man. It was his court vision. He had obsolete court vision. Okay, that's one of the things that I liked about him. When he came into the game, I wanted him to just be himself. I wasn't looking for another MJ. I wasn't looking for another Kobe. That's not what I was looking for, LeBron. I wanted him to just comparing him to MJ. They were stuck on comparing him to. I mean, of course, everybody still wants to debate between him and MJ, but I never saw it that way. So when he came in, he was green, but you started to figure out early that LeBron had to play. He had to have guys around him that were, B&D guys. You know what I'm saying? Guys that did the dirty work, so he could have his own way, so to speak. Now, when he made it to the finals in 07, that's when LeBron started to turn a little bit yellow. Okay. Now you started to really see, you started to hear a lot of stuff about LeBron. You know what I'm saying? About, okay, yeah, he was somewhat, decent on the court, and they started to push that narrative. Oh yeah, LeBron is dragging a whole bunch of bums and all this other stuff. Just like I think Ted had mentioned that a few days ago. They pushed that narrative when they played the Spurs in 07. They pushed that narrative that there was nothing but bums on that team, but that wasn't the case. And so then that's when you started to see a lot of those false narratives. And I think what pushed him over the edge in terms of turning red is when, okay, the situation with Delonte West, that's one of them, and him going to Miami, and when he went, I actually liked, I'm not gonna lie to you, Ted, Cypress, everybody up in here, Jagger, Steven, if y'all up in here, I like that shit. Because when he had to come back, everybody had circled their, they circled the date on the calendar of when Miami, when he did the decision and taking his talent to South Beach and all that other that summer. Everybody had circled their calendar. LeBron was getting booed. I mean, when he came back to Cleveland, and guess what? He actually played good. He played good despite him being the villain. And so I'm like, if LeBron could have that villain mentality, he could be so much better in the clutch. But it ain't never happened, It never happened that way. That's why, like right now, he's still not. He's not a performer in the clutch like that. I mean, he's done it every now and again and stuff, but not on a consistent basis like an MJ or like a Kobe or anybody like that. That's why I never put him up in there. Yeah, he might have made the right basketball plays and all that other stuff or whatever, but you know, he wasn't clutch. If we're gonna give Steph Curry the smoke about him not being clutch and him not having multiple Finals MVPs and all this other stuff, you definitely got to give LeBron that smoke too. You know, so that's what it was, and then he was just red. He's been red up until now. You know, snaking teammates, getting people traded, yada yada yada. I mean, what he did when he came back to Cleveland, you know, stunted. I'm not gonna say he stunted the growth of Kyrie, but you know, came back. Kyrie never really had a chance to have his own team. You know, or you know, I know Kyrie felt frustrated. It's like, damn, this nigga coming back, you know. But it is what it is, you know what I'm saying? That was his team, and he had power over the league. And now you're seeing it now. You're seeing it more so now. I mean, we just so happening he's red. He's getting rid of people. You know, him and D'Lo were supposed to be cool, so to speak, at one point. And now you see how that played out. He got D'Lo up out of there. Do you see LeBron game fading? Well, yeah. I mean, it's been fading. It's been fading, man. I mean, listen, all those numbers that he's putting up, Steven, are not even impactful. His points and stuff like that aren't impactful. And even when he's playing against like mediocre teams, they're not impactful. Now, I'm not gonna sit up here and say that they're not doing decent. I mean, they are fifth in the West from my understanding. But I mean, his points aren't impactful. You got to think about it. In my opinion, Austin Reeves is more of a clutch player than what LeBron is. People would laugh if I said something like that, but I mean, you haven't really given none of these guys a chance without trying to see what they can do, because it's so fixated on LeBron. And that's not fair to the other guys and stuff. And I want to say, I think it was Chura. Shout out to Chura. I think he said, like, if they don't make the playoffs or something like that, it's just time to just go ahead, blow everything up. If they're not successful in the playoffs, go ahead, blow it up. And I agree with that. I agree with that 100%. So, I mean, to answer your question again, Stephen, yes, I do. His game has been faded, and a lot of people feel like LeBron should at least 5-6 years ago. You know, I mean, the bubble, but that's what they call it, a bubble. They don't call it the ring. They call it a bubble, the bubble ring. Alex, what's up with it, man? I see you in here, man. They call it a bubble. They call it a bubble ring. They don't. You said trade LeBron. Well, he already signed. Well, you got to think about it. He signed the extension, so they would have to work something out. But I don't see that happening, because Jeannie busted wide open. She still sees LeBron as a bargain. Let's not forget, she came out on record and basically stated that LeBron is a bargain. That's what she stated. So you got to see where her mindset is. That's where her mindset is. She's about marketing and money and stuff like that. But your marketing around your marketing is centered around a guy who really can't do it anymore. There's this narrative, as the brother Churrod say, there's this narrative that LeBron needs help, he needs help and stuff like that. There's other guys that need help. Hell, I look at Anthony Edwards' situation. I mean, look at his situation. He ain't sitting there crying and complaining, talking about he need help or anything like that. But guess what? He's still out there hooping. Ja Morant, who's unfortunately injured, he's not sitting up there crying and complaining, talking about he need help. He's running with the guys that he got. Who else do you know besides Ja Morant? I'm talking about the real hoop heads. They know who the rest of the team is, like Jerry Jackson Jr. and Edie and Bain and all them other guys, but nobody else, the fans and the casuals, the real stands, they don't know anybody on Memphis. And it's the same thing with San Antonio. It's like nobody pays attention to anybody, except Wemby or anything, like the casuals. But enough of that, man. Enough of LeBron. Yeah, he's 40. And it is what it is now, man. So, but I want to ask y'all, do y'all think that NBA brawls are good for the NBA? A lot of people think that, it's unnecessary. I think that NBA brawls are good for the NBA. I had one comment, and they, when I put up the Houston Rockets brawl, that Rockets brawl, there was a comment. They said, now, I'm more intrigued to watch. You said KD wants help. We talking about NBA brawls now, but KD don't listen, man. You don't need no help, man. Listen, you're gonna have to, at this point, man. You're gonna have to run with the guys that you got. I mean, it is what it is now, man. You're at the point. You're at the twilight of your career now. I don't see KD winning another ring. I probably can see Steph maybe getting one, but I don't know. The Warriors are now they're in 11th place now. They've fallen off, man. Unless they make a good run, man. Yeah, I think it's good for the NBA. I think, listen, they need that, man. Listen, some people might think, oh, man, it's, the NBA don't get a bad rap or anything like that, but you don't know how much of a draw that brings. A lot of people want to see brawls. Like, that was one of the things that I feel like could boost the ratings, believe it or not. Is like, fighting. I mean, even Joe Mazzulla has said that, fighting was good for the NBA. Can't catwalk on the court. Players have learned how to Be tough. Yeah, that's chat. That's Hey, listen, man. That right there. What you just said in the chat, man. That's all facts right there. You know, the NBA needs and you got a guy, you got a former bad boy in Joe Dumars. Now, Joe Dumars, he wasn't with all the, dirty stuff. He wasn't like no dirty player or nothing like that. I mean, he might have got a little physical every now and then, but for the most part, Joe Dumars was a uh, a very good physical defender, and he played defense the right way. But he came from that era when physicality was kind of at its peak. I mean, physicality of the NBA was really at its peak, and then you also he's he's in there with Adam Silver. They had posed the idea of bringing hand checking back. I mean, I think they should. Yeah, the NBA does need it. Listen, man, there's nothing wrong with a scuffle every now and again. I mean, guys are too nice now. Guys want to be buddy buddy, and a lot of people really don't want to see that. They don't want to see, um, you know, all the kumbaya holding hands, all the other stuff. They don't want to see none of that. But I mean, it it dummies down the competition. So I think um, I think what everybody is looking for, they want to see these guys go at it, man. They want to see these guys like, and if the tempers flare, and listen, don't just like we ain't gotta eject everybody all the time. There were times when some of these guys wouldn't get ejected back in the days when they would have a little fight or a scuffle or a shoving match or something like that. Now it's like you get into a shoving match, they ready to get get rid of you and go ahead and suspend you and then fine you. So, like I said, man, I think it's good. I think it's good for the NBA. Um, they need more of it, man. They need more of it. I mean, even with the girls, I see the girls get into it more than I see the guys really. I see more heated rivalries and I see more competition and more vitriol in the WNBA and in college women's college basketball. I see more vitriol in in their sport than I do with the NBA, and that's sad because think about it. When South Carolina when they played Iowa or when South Carolina when they played LSU, these girls did not like each other. They didn't like each other. Nobody watched women's basketball. That's bullshit. That's bullshit. And the ratings are even higher in the WNBA than they are in the NBA. Listen, more people watch college women's basketball. It's just because you don't watch it, nigga. You only saying that because you don't watch it. There's a lot of other people watching it though. So you sitting up in here saying don't nobody watch women's college basketball, man, nigga, you out your mind. More people are more entertained by seeing Caitlin Clark go at Angel Reese. They're more entertained by the storyline that's going on there. The ratings have dropped. I mean, look at it. Look at it, Cypress. Like you got Beyonce old ass still able to pull in 27 million. I know that's not women's basketball, nothing, but I'm giving you an example. More other people are more entertained out watching stuff outside of the NBA. You out your mind, man. Talking about don't nobody watch college basketball. College women's basketball. I do. I watch college women's basketball. I watch the WNBA. Come on, man. It's quite entertaining. And listen, like I said, there's more people watching to see the vitriol between these players in terms of the competitiveness for the WNBA and college women's basketball, as opposed to them watching the NBA and them shaking hands all the time. So, yeah, I definitely disagree with you on that one, man. And you got to think about it too. For a while, nobody was really, when they listen, think about it. They were talking about Caitlin Clark when they were playing when Caitlin Clark was in college. That's all they talked about was Caitlin Clark. That's all they talked about was Angel Reese. They're doing, they were doing it when the season was in. They were talking about Ajah Wilson. Hell, Ajah Wilson can outdo some of these dudes on the court. She got more heart than some of these guys on the court, man. You said Boston, Detroit. I mean, listen, Detroit versus everybody. Boston versus the 76ers. Those were the Brawls. And this is another thing too. Everybody thinks, oh yeah, it was just always the Bulls and the Detroit Pistons. You said I watch Women Pro Football League. Now I don't know about that. Maybe what's that? What you call that bathing suit? What's that? That two-piece football or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Where the women they wear the tight ass clothing or something like that. I watch that, but I'm not. Listen, I ain't with women playing no smash mouth football. You know what I'm saying? Now basketball, that's another thing, but I don't know about football, man. But I think Stephen Green earlier, man, you were talking about KD, Steph, and LeBron. Shout out to Stephen Green for talking about this. Of course, they had them as the faces of the league and stuff, and they were interviewed and everything. I got Stephen Curry over both LeBron one-on-one. I'm just talking about overall. I'm talking about one-on-one as their career. Women's league, women's lingerie football. Yeah. That's what I was talking about. Yeah, where they wear the sexy clothing and stuff. Yeah, I'd rather see that. I don't want to see and they still be having fun. I mean, but I'm not talking about like a woman putting on pads and all this other stuff. You know what I'm saying? Nah. But I got KD over LeBron, and I got Steph over KD and LeBron. Steph, you got to look at his overall body of work. And yes, LeBron does have the All NBAs. He's got the MVP. He's got the scoring record. I've been through this before. I've been through all this before. But like I said, the thing that separates Steph Curry is the fact that he has a winning record. Let's just talk about with LeBron. He has a winning record against LeBron in the finals, and he has a winning record overall. He hasn't lost that many finals. And on top of that, he just won a couple of seasons ago. Yeah, LeBron won in 2020, but he won the finals. He came right back and won the finals too. And on top of that, another thing that you got to look at too. Steph stayed with Golden State his entire career. Now, yeah, Hall of Famers, they've jumped around, they've done their thing, you know what I'm saying? They went to other teams and stuff like that. But when you talk about Steph Curry, he's been loyal to the soil. He's been loyal to the soil. You said Steph has the best stats. If we're going by numbers and stuff and stats, if we're talking about shooting percentages and plus minus, I want to say now PER rating. LeBron is he has the highest out of the three. But if we're we're talking about, like, okay, you mentioned turnovers and stuff like that. You don't have Steph Curry up there. LeBron, he's the all-time leader in turnovers. If you're talking about all-time leader in points, okay, LeBron had that, but Steph Curry has the all-time. Steph Curry has the all-time 3-point most ever, but he done it in less time. Hold on a second. He done it in less time. Sorry about that, y'all. He done it in less time. Sorry about that, y'all. He done it in less time. And if we're talking about like points per game and stuff like that, I have to go back and I have to go look. But I think I want to say it'll probably be KD. If we're talking about like points per game and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? Um, but in terms of like accomplishments, things of that nature, um, LeBron has it, but we gotta put stuff in its perspective. Everybody's not gonna put everything in its proper perspective. What they're gonna do is they're gonna say, "Oh yeah, well he has the numbers, he has the numbers, he has the numbers," but they're not taking into consideration how long this guy has played, how long he's been in the league, that sort of thing. You know what I'm saying? He's been in there, quite some time. It's just like with Jordan. He did all of that stuff in less time. His body of work, and on top of that, it seemed like Jordan was flawless uh, in terms of his record. In terms of his record in the finals and stuff, 6-0. So the reason, and on top of that, you do have an argument there, like in terms of Steph Curry changing the game. Now I don't necessarily agree with that wholeheartedly. in terms of him changing the game. In terms of the 3-pointer, the 3-point shot. Yeah, he did take it to a whole nother level. You had guys trying to emulate him and his 3-point shot and stuff like that. You had everybody shooting threes and stuff, but for the most part, man, uh, Steph Curry, there's an argument there. Like, okay, the reason why you could give that edge to Steph Curry is because if you look at Jordan and his impact, you had a lot of people trying to be like Jordan, trying to play like Jordan, trying to copy his moves and stuff like that. Now you got everybody trying to shoot. Everybody thinks that they Steph Curry. How many times have you heard that? Oh man, he trying to be like Steph Curry. Oh, this guy think he's Steph Curry. Stuff like that. You've heard that before. And then Steph Curry is a lot more relatable to the masses because you have a lot of people that happen to be between 6'2", 6'3", and 6'4". You don't have that many people that have LeBron's genetics. That and also along with the genetics, you don't have the people that have a combination of the size, the strength. Well, I'm not gonna say he's powerful in terms of bulldozing his way to the rack and stuff, but he ain't like no Wilt Chamberlain or Artis Gilmore, no shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Or even David Robinson for that matter. But I got Steph. Listen, I might be in a minority. Everybody gonna look at the accomplishments and numbers and stuff like that, but at the end of the day, we still got the same amount of rings. And then on top of that, KD came over there and played with Steph. Now, did Steph have something to do with it? Yeah, because um, he had KD come over there, and also he sacrificed KD coming over there and taking a back seat and saying, "Hey, look, you go ahead, you got the green light." And he let KD do his thing, and KD was able to get 2 finals rings and I'm sorry about that, 2 rings and 2 finals MVPs. And I know this is gonna make some people upset and stuff, but a lot of people, including myself, felt like KD should have just went ahead and stayed. I mean, listen, people gonna talk shit regardless, man. People gonna say what they say, man. I mean, you might as well just you might as well just be headstrong, man, and just continue winning rings. I know I'm not the only one that feels that way because what has he done since? Steph Curry has proven that he can win with you and without you. I know that pisses some people off. I know, but it's the truth. It's the truth. I'm not gonna tell no lies about that, man. I'm not gonna tell no lies. I know it makes some people mad, and hey, listen, I'm not mad at a person if they tell me that they think KD is if we're talking about overall like game, who is the total complete package, I would take KD. Now his defense it's gotten better, but he's still not that lockdown defender. At one point, KD was in the leaders of blocks when he was with Golden State. He got better with his defense, but if we're talking about just like offensive guru can pretty much do everything all in his bag, that sort of thing, I'm taking KD. I'm taking KD. So, yeah, with that being said, man, let me go ahead and get up out of here. Make sure y'all hit that like, sub to the channel if you're not a member. Also hit them notifications too. Straight to the point, sports and entertainment. Shouts out to the whole entire Lions Den, basketball, and boxing communities. Till then, man, I'm gone.